Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon once again. First of all, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching videos. We're hanging in there, small channel, 40, 50 views, but like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button if you like what's on here. I just bebop around and everything, and I like the people that come in here. But I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this story or not. I was kind of torn between doing this really whacked out story, but I used to run errands for a mob family and stuff, and I would work some card games and in certain areas, and for a little hustle, a couple of dollars, and yeah, I was just trying to make some money. So on this one occasion, there was a card game, and they said, "Oh, Joe, you want to go help out over there?" And I was like, "Where was out in the country at a gas station, service station, where you could get gas, and then there was a bay, and then they would work on cars, and back then, that's what there was gas stations that were their mechanic shop. So there was a couple of different guys that were gonna be at that game from another crew or whoever, but they were wise guys. They were all made men. And so I get out there, and everything's good. They're playing in this little back room. I'm outside smoking. They had brung alcohol and beer and everything. They had it stocked up in a fridge, and yeah, I was just rolling around there and everything, and they're drinking, and I hear them hollering. Somebody's hollering crazily at another guy. So I'm trying to look kitty corner through back there, but I can't see because there's like the desk where you'd walk into the gas station, a little desk, and then the guy, the owner or worker or whatever, if you had a charge card back then, they'd have to do your charge card manually. And so I'm looking through there. So I go through the door, and I'm like, so there's the guy at the game, one of the guys at the game is a deadbeat, degenerate gambler that owes some big money. And they don't want him in the game. Somebody's really threatening him. And they says, where they would repair the cars, you could, they would stand in like a ditch, in the repair shop. They would stand in the ditch, and then they would pull the car over that rectangle ditch, and they would work on the car and everything. And it was that's what they would do back then. Gas station, repair station also. And so it was down a little ways, and the guy says, tie him to one of the bars. And the guy's going, no, whatever. And I'm thinking, what the hell's going on here? They're like, wait over here. You can't play anymore. They were talking, and they were finding out more information. And he was the guy that, he owed so much money. They took all the money out of his pocket right off the bat. You're not gambling against us. You owe. So they rolled him right off the bat. So they says, Joey, go outside. I'm thinking, what? Because I don't want to be around any gunfire or none of that. No, that's not my mix. And so I'm walking around the front, and I look, and they tell him get down, and he's like begging, no, 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 no. He's begging and everything, and they tie him. They tie him to like a bar, a steel beam bar down there, and so everything calms down a little bit. I'm grabbing them beer and everything. They're playing, and he's going, come on, come on. I got the money. I got the money. He's hollering, I'll get it tomorrow. I'll get the money and everything else. So they're drinking. So one guy that wasn't from the crew that I knew, I seen him around here and there, but he's from another area, and he goes in there, and I'm kind of watching, like, what's he gonna do to this guy? So I'm looking, and the guy's in the car, and he's hollering, and the guy like turns his back, and he starts urinating on him. Hey, Lance, double three. So I'm going. He's actually urinating on the guy, and the guy's hollering, and I'm looking, and the guy's tied to the thing, and he's getting nailed. That's cool. He's getting nailed. I mean, this guy's like pissing out a 6-pack on this guy, and he's hollering everything else, and the guy goes back in, plays cards, and everything else, and they're all laughing in there, and so I go, holy cow, he just urinated all over him. I mean, and so about 10 minutes later, another guy goes through the door over there, and he's hollering, you no good, and whatever, he's speaking Italian and all real crazy shit. A guy that I knew from a crew, he starts urinating on him, and he's laughing. You no good, you beat us here. You're dirt, you're scum, you're slime. And he's nailing him, and he's urinating on him. He's really and he's going, you should take a bullet. You should take a bullet, and everything. He goes back in. They're playing cards. I grab a couple beers, my little hustle and everything. And this goes on, my dear friends, for, I mean, make a long story short, there was maybe 4 or 5 guys that each of them during the duration of the night must have urinated on him 3 times each. And he's hollering down there and everything. So the card game ends, and they drag this guy back up out of that little pit thing, and they go out back, and there's a hose off the building, and they tell him strip down, and he's drenched, and he strips down, and they're spraying him with like a power hose, like those reddish brown power hoses, not like those green garden hoses, and they're power blasting him, and they're telling him don't say a word, or they're making threats and everything. And this guy is about had it, and the one guy, he goes up to him and grabs him, and he puts the hose. He says, "You want to get cleaned up? You want that that urine, piss? You want that?" And the guy's choking. He's got it in his. He's putting it like in his mouth, and the water's like a power stream. He's choking and everything. I'm like, geez. And the guy says, "You know what's gonna be next?" they're gonna take a number 2 on him. Like, really? You clean them up and everything. How you doing, Shinez? They urinated on him for 4 hours, drenched, humiliated. They're drunk, dangerous. They're all packing, and I'm saying, what kind of sick, perverted game are this degenerate gambler that owed them a ton of money? I mean, I would see how they would strong arm people and give them a message: you better pay, rough people up, and intimidate and use violence to get people to pay their debts. But I never witnessed anything like this. This guy had a bad track record, and I found out that they were gonna whack the guy, but he had somebody somewhere that vouched for him and said no. So they were like, well, we're gonna do this humiliation thing on him, and so another guy came up from town, and I was like, can you bring these guys home? Because I don't want to. I don't know what was gonna happen, and I don't want to be around when somebody is actually going to get killed. And another guy came, and then the wheels were turning in my head, like this guy is going to, I don't know. I thought maybe this guy is the guy that's going to freaking shoot this other guy that they've been peeing on for 5 hours. So the guy's saying, I should crap on you. I should crap in your mouth and then put that hose, spray that hose, and it's just getting sick. These guys got drunk, demented, and they want to really kill the guy, but they're just trying to humiliate him. And so they're saying, Joey, I says, no. I don't want to urinate. I don't want to do that. Leave me out of that, you know. And you know, they're laughing. They're spitting in the guy's face. They're slapping him. They got him by the back of the head. I'm thinking, I got to get out of here. I'm not a tough gangster guy. You know, I mean, I don't want to see nothing. So then if something happens and I got to take a lie detector test, I don't want to, hey, Rick James. Hey, thanks for watching, man. Thanks for watching. These good people come in here and watch me. Small channel, but my ticker's working. I'm uncensored. So this is a crazy story. I was kind of wondering, like if I should tell this, but you know, you see a lot of things in the mob world. I wasn't a made man. I ran a couple errands. My godfather was an enforcer, freelanced in New York, and hit the like button, boom, boom, boom. So I'm thinking, I gotta get the hell out of here. They're gonna start crapping on this guy, and I think they're probably gonna do him in. And this other guy comes up, and I says, does anybody need a ride home? I gotta get out of here. Blah blah blah. No, they're playing. They're trying to get even. They're playing cards. They're cocked out of their minds. And there's a couple of guys from another crew that I didn't really, that question marks. I mean, there's enough question marks of what is what, but fast forward, I get out of there, and I don't know what happened. And 2 days later, I got to go back up to the restaurant to see Sam, the club where the crew hung out and everything. He said, Joey, come over here. He said, what happened out there at that gas station with so-and-so? I said, well, didn't they tell you, or, you know? He said, I want to hear you tell me Tell me what happened. I said, well, I don't want them to get, he says, but he's the boss. He's the boss. So I started telling him, and he's like, what? What? Well, I'm saying, well, I guess he owed a debt, and a big debt, and he hasn't paid. And they were all getting drunk, so they had him tied to this thing in that pit, and they were just humiliating him and urinating on him all night long. And then they were spitting on him, they were pulling his hair, they had the hose on him, and it was a mess. I says, and I got out of there. And he was like, oh my God. So there's another guy, one of the guys that was there doing it. He calls him in and he says, what happened over there? And now I'm sitting there with him. And it's like, what, am I a tattletale? Like, what, are you putting me on the spot? I'm a tattletale? Like, well, Joe already told me, but let's hear your version, Rick. And he's telling them the truth. And he says, you didn't come to me and tell me, he was pissed off because you'd have to have some, hi Vic, you'd have to have some kind of approval or something, because if the guy is connected or whatever to another kind of family, there could be backlash, of course, there could be retaliation, but there was a couple there was some back and forth, but the guy, somebody paid his debt. And it was a message, but I heard of torture. My godfather told me a lot of stories when he was an enforcer, and he tortured some people and to make them pay. Because dead people can't pay their debts. Sometimes they make an example out of you, but a dead man can't pay his debts. So they would torture a lot. But this perverted urinating, the guy did it, and then it just blossomed to the next guy did it, and they're drinking. They got to take a pee every 25 minutes, and they just keep going back there. But I heard of some crazy torture, but a humiliate that was like perverted, like kind of perverted, and it caused some friction with some other people. But the boss Sam, he kind of straightened it out, but he was pissed off about it, and so. I would work, yeah, that's cool, Vic. Chilly Chally, beautiful summer. So like the next time I'd have to go to a card game or something, I'd say there ain't any, no pissing games. No. I mean, they would drink once in a while and get a nice buzz, but they were always aware and competent and everything. But for some reason, they just got lit up and they just got juiced up out of their minds. And then they took this peeing on this guy a little too far. They took it too far, and it caused a little backlash, but he paid. He ended up paying. He ended up paying. I seen the guy one other time, the victim. I seen him one other time at like a clam bake thing and everything, and I couldn't look at him. I couldn't look at the guy face to face because he knew I saw all that. I just looked the other way. Wow, man. But you get a lot of these degenerate gamblers that owe a lot of money, and then it's insulting. It's insulting to that family and that crew that you just let these guys get away with it. Sometimes they got to make a statement, but I never seen anything like that. And I would hear them. So word got out a little bit. Word got out about what had happened at that time and everything, and they would bust the cayunes and say, oh, put them in the pit. You know, the pit, the piss pit, where they're gonna, and then they're like, yeah, come on, yeah, that no good rotten bastard Bob, yeah, he ain't no good. And and Sam would say, hey, they'd go, oh, put him in the pit, and piss and crap all over him for 4 hours. Jeez, I don't know. You wonder why I'm nuts, my dear friends. So my ticker's going up, Vic, Lance, Rick James. My ticker's going up. They unblocked me. I guess they had me in a straitjacket for a while, but they're letting me do my videos again, and they got the subscribe thing going. So I was torn whether to do this video or not, but geez, holy cow, man. It's insane. You know, I heard about blowtorching a guy's private parts. Man, you know, I heard, you know, my godfather and other people used to tell me, you know, my godfather told me years later, he was a senior citizen, and he'd say, hey, Jojo, you know, whatever. There was a guy, because a lot of times I think he had PTSD and he had nightmares over the violence. I mean, even a tough assassin, killer, or whatever. I mean, some people just have no soul. Some people just have no soul. They're indifferent. They're emotionally bankrupt, and they just don't care. They'd cannibalize somebody and sleep like a baby. But he would have visions and nightmares as an older guy, and he was the roughest customer running the streets, and he did a lot of work for a lot of families. But you know, some of the things some of the hits he executed where a bullet to the head was too easy. They just want to torture a person. A bullet's too easy. Boom, 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 2 seconds, you're dead. They want to torture somebody and make a statement. I don't know. But they had grinders for the bodies and stuff like that, like lawn mulchers, stuff that mulches, you know, no body, no crime. But I had to throw that in there. Rick James, welcome, man. I'm glad that you watch. Vic, Lance, you guys, Shanez. I appreciate you guys coming in here, and perverted story. I'm sorry, but geez, I don't know. I had to just get it up just to show you. You know, there's a lot of mob channels out there and everything, and you know, but there's no holds barred. Nothing is sacred when it comes to these crazy minds, crazy violent killers. There's nothing sacred. I mean, now that I'm thinking back a little bit, I'm remembering maybe that'll be another video. That'll be another video. You know, part 1, part 2, part 3. You know, the Perverted series, because they had some imaginations. I mean, violence and torture. Some of these people had quite the imaginations, and so I think I've said enough already, my good people. My subscriber ticker is working again. Life is good. I'm blessed, and I hope you people enjoy your summer, and don't let some things bother you. Have good mental health, and you know, life gets crazy, but let's try to stay balanced. You know, the mob stuff and all that, that's one thing, but you guys have lives to live, and have an abundant life, and enjoy and everything. I just lost a good friend the other day, and you know, no, tomorrow's not guaranteed. So let's enjoy. This is an interesting topic, you know, crazy mafia stories, and you know, I do want to put a disclaimer that I want, you know, that the good strong man is the guy that works hard, you know. Yeah. Hey, Shapeski. I don't think I'm. I don't think I'm gonna go back there. I signed out, but I might go back when they race because my friends race there and everything at the track. But I'll probably end up there because I think I signed out till December. You know, but there's new management and everything. But they discriminated against me and they that. But just stay in touch on here, Shapeski. That's all. I'll throw some more crazy stories, but that was a perverted story. And thanks for commenting in here. I appreciate everything. I wasn't some tough mob guy and all that kind of stuff, Like, damn, Mr. Live. Oh, wow. Where are these people coming from? I got a channel again? Like, damn, Mr. Live. Hope all is well. This is because of the trolls. All right. I had trolls come in here when I did that other video. Sometimes you don't know. I try to be nice to the new person. Next thing you know, they're talking crap, So, but just the same, I'm pretty sure you're not trolls. Welcome along. And I'll keep giving some juice. Check out the other videos. Crazy. Mike Francis got the big channel. Years ago, I ran around, and I'm not going to criticize his channel or Sammy the Bull's channel. I mean, it's entertainment, and they're entertaining. Who cares if some of their stories are true or not? They got 1 million subscribers. I got 300. So who cares? Oh, geez, he's lying. Who cares? They're good storytellers. Some are true, some are false. It's entertainment, But my ticker's going up. I see some McDam, Shapeski, Rick James. Hey, join the ride. There's somebody, JoJo, on the way to 1 million. 1 million. JoJo. That's what they used to call me, JoJo. Yeah. Well, welcome along. Welcome along. I'm gonna do a couple more. Jimmy Conway, that James Burke that was in Goodfellas, and there's some other stories about him. When I used to go to Attica and visit somebody, he was there, and he acted nuts. That Jimmy Burke, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I did a story about him earlier. It was my biggest video. I think it was 10,000 views. Because of the Goodfellas thumbnail, I guess. I should just put Goodfellas in every thumbnail. Nah, I want to be legit. And, I can't remember everything like Mike Francis and Sammy the Bull. They can remember at July 10th, 1972 at 8:30 in the morning. Really? At least I try to be honest with it. I do have a brain injury and I have some brain damage, but at least I try to be honest about it. I'm not going to be monetized and make money and all that. I just want to have a nice following with people I could get in here and freaking talk to and hang out with. That's all. I mean, crazy stories. As I get older, things pop in and they'll trigger your thinking and you'll remember a story or whatnot. And that's what happened. And that's why I did this perverted story. But there is actually a couple more, and we'll get there. I'm just gonna keep posting videos, and it's reassuring. It's nice that some other people come in here and hang out with me, and it's cool. That's all right. So I guess I'll leave it at that. JoJo, Victor, McDam, Shapeski, Victor, Rick James, Lance 33, Victor Gonzalez, Shanez, all you good people. I really appreciate you stopping by and saying hello. I really appreciate it. This is a little hobby of mine, and I enjoy looking back at everything. And but some of the stuff, even older, resonates into your thinking and some of your habits and stuff. But, even over a long period of time, but blah, blah, blah. That's another story. So, Thanks, folks. Hit the share, like, subscribe, notification. They're telling me to do this, the YouTube people, if you want to get more people. But I feel like I'm a little beggar. Oh, please help me, but they're telling me. But I don't know. It feels like it's a beggar. I'm a beggar. But if you want to hit the like, share, subscribe, comment, notification, and all that. If you want to be notified, I pump these out and we get rocking and rolling. And if I ever get monetized and make money, I'll send you guys some checks. I'll split the money with you. I'll split it with you. Oh well, I don't. You got to have 1,000 subscribers to get. I have enough views, but you got to have 1,000 subscribers to get monetized or whatever. I don't have fancy production and all of that kind of stuff. My lighting it is what it is. I am what I am. Like Popeye the Sailor Man. I am what I am. They could do all that hype and all this. Mike's got a production company, Mike Francis production, Sammy the Bull. They have writers and editors. To touch up their bull crap. Really, I just do this. Whatever happens, happens. I'm a good communicator. I'm highly intelligent. I'm highly educated. And I could pull it off, I think. So I like to goof around, have fun. Blood and violence isn't the way. It's interesting stories, but love and compassion is the way. That's the tough guy. Love and compassion. And if you're for the underdog, that's the currency of life. Sympathy and compassion. That's the tough guy that can demonstrate that. So I'm not a hardcore gangster. No. Was around a lot of crazy violence, but it's not me. No. No. I used to do the Jesus Calling devotions every day. Forgive me that I don't do them anymore. But so thank you, folks. Summer is here. Boy, we had some tough winter storms, and get out and enjoy. If you have people close to them and you appreciate and love them, tell them. I'm at the age right now where I'm losing friends and stuff. They're passing away. So tell them why they're alive, how much you appreciate them or love them, your family and stuff. That's what counts. Blood and gore and violence, Mafia, that's interesting entertainment. But outside of that world, you got regular lives. You good people are living regular lives. You're trying to make ends meet. You have husband, wife, children. You're trying to do it. You're the tough guys that are working hard for your family. You guys are the tough guys. All right. On that note, I'll sign off. Thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing, notification, and all that stuff. I really appreciate you folks. You made my day. The newcomers in here, you made my day. I gained a little ground. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. God bless you all. I'll see you tomorrow probably. Take care.